Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking, and this is episode number 413 of the Immigration Answers Show. How is everybody doing? What's going on? What's up in your world? This is episode 413 of the Immigration Answers Show. I'll be here for the next hour answering as many of your immigration law related questions as I can. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you had a great week. I'd love to hear where you're watching from, what's going on in your neck of the woods, and something fun you're going to do this weekend. So let me know something fun, something cool, something happy, something that you find exciting. Just let me know what you're doing, what's coming down the pike. I just got back from Juma Munir. That's why I was late. I had to pick up something after Salat, and now I'm here. Glad you all are here, and we're going to get to it and answer as many questions as we can. Let's start off with Francine. Hello, Francine.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I am great, thank you. I just have a few questions, and I hope that you can help me. A friend of mine, mom resides in Jamaica, and he wants to bring her here, but he she's a single mom and she wouldn't be able to leave her two young daughters behind. Is there a possibility that they could be added to her filing to come with her?
No, but there is a way to do this, and I have a couple videos on it. But how old are these? This would be his sisters.
His
Or
sisters, yes, they're
how,
8 and 16.
so this is what we usually tell people. So here's what has to happen. So what you do is he applies for mom, right?
Yes, Jim.
Mom goes through the whole process and gets her visa to come to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Mom comes to the United States, and she has to have somebody watch the girls in Jamaica for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
Mom gets her green card,
Mm-hmm.
and then she applies for sisters, and she applies for a reentry permit, and she goes back home to
Yes.
wait while the girls' cases are pending, and then they all come back together.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Jim. That's all I wanted to know.
Bye, Francine. See ya. Looks like we got some fun things. Antonio just got back from a birthday trip to the Dominican Republic. Chris is going to play cricket and spend time with his family. Patrick's watching in Vegas. Everyone, we got R2D2's here from Tatooine, so that's exciting. Hello, R2. I think I know who that is. Hello, R2. Good to see you. R2's been on the show before, trying to get a visa to come over on an X-Wing fighter. Kanice is here. Let's see. Kanice. Hello, Kanice. You're on mute. Oh, and looks like you're driving. Are you driving, Kanice? Oh, we'll come back. We don't talk to people when they're driving. That's just how it is. So we do talk to people when they're walking. It looks like Jackie's walking. What's up, Jackie? You're on mute. You're on mute. Hello, you're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
And
I'm
thank
talking
you.
to you.
Thank you. Jim, I had called yesterday and about that false claim to citizenship. Don't
Yeah,
roll your eyes at me.
I saw your note. I don't about the pre-1996. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not going to go look that up. That would be something that involved real research.
Oh, no, that's fine. But I guess, all right, so there is a possibility that hopefully, I mean, I know that since you don't know the answer to that, maybe I can just rely on the research I did
Well, I'll just say
online.
this. I'll just say
Uh-huh.
this.
Yeah.
I believe there's always been harsh penalties for false claims to citizenship. I don't think that began in 96.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to inquire about that because sometimes I've heard you talk about the IRA. That was
Right.
the
Clinton thing.
upgrade. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
that's no problem. So to
All right.
me, it is what it is.
Yep.
But
And
thank you again. Yeah.
hopefully nothing's going to happen. We'll see you later.
All right. Thank you, Jen, for all your
Okay.
help.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Kanice is here. Hello,
Yes.
Kanice.
Hi. Hello.
How you
Are
doing?
you hearing me? I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing okay. Thank you so much for accepting my request. I got a burning issue that I'm trying to see if I can get a little help with. I called your office and host told me that this is the best way to reach you, and then you'll help me further if needed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I applied for my green card. Actually, my husband petitioned for me and my 17-year-old son at the time in 2022. Um, and what happened is that we did our interview on April 26th of this year.
Where?
However, before we did the interview, they schedule us for an interview, I think January 1st, and then they canceled that interview, and they rescheduled one, I think, in March, and we went in and did our interview April. Um, I don't know what to say if the interview went well. It was kind of mixed feeling. Like, the officer was kind of nice one minute, then the other minute she was like, trying to get in our skin by asking questions like, what about our age gap? Which, I mean, my husband is like 52 and I'm 42, so he's like 10 years older than I am.
That's not much.
Right. And I explained to her, I told her that we don't see age. She asked us a bunch of word questions, which we did answer. Then when the interview was done, she told us that she need more time to make a decision on the case because she haven't spent enough time with the case. I haven't heard anything since. I called them one day, and the representative, she told me, oh, we need to update your. I told her that we did our interview and whatever, and she said okay, she's going to make an update on the case, and the update was the interview was canceled. When I went and checked my thing, it's saying that the interview is canceled. I'm like, I don't understand, why would they cancel the interview that we already did? So I'm kind of worried about that. Then I called recently again, and the person told me that they're now doing I don't even know what the word is, applicability.
Inadmissibility?
Say that again.
Inadmissibility or something else?
Something else. It's applicability, something like
That's
that.
weird.
Yeah,
Let's
I've
let's
never
back
heard.
let's back up. Let's back up a little bit. Let's back a little bit. So where
Yeah,
was your interview?
it was in Kansas.
In Kansas City?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where are you from?
I'm from Jamaica.
And what was your status when you married your spouse?
Um, I overstayed my visa.
So when did you enter the United States?
In 2020,
What kind of a visa did you have in 2020?
a visitors.
And what was the purpose of your visit?
I visited at the time. Well, I was visiting my family.
Okay. And then what cities did you visit when you first came on your visit visa?
I've been visiting New York all the
Okay.
time.
Okay. And then the person that you married, when did you meet them? When did you first meet them in your life?
I first met him when I came. Well, on. Are you talking like face to face or
So let's say his name is Frank. When did you first in your whole life ever hear the name Frank?
in September?
Of
Well, no, not in September. Hold on. Jan. Say yes, around September
of what year?
of 2020.
So how long after you got here?
Maybe 3 months.
So you're 3 months into your 6 month visit. And was
Yes.
this your first visit on your B1, B2, or had you been here before?
I keep coming back and forth all the time.
Okay, so you meet Frank, and then when did you get married? Before your 6 months were up or after?
After,
Okay, and Frank's a U.S. citizen.
yes.
Okay, what's the date of your marriage?
Jul February 2021.
Okay, and then what's the receipt date for your I-130 and your 485?
March 17, 2022.
You waited until 2022?
Yes, I did my paperwork in 2022.
What okay. Is your husband of Jamaican descent?
No,
Is he like a white guy, a black guy? What?
he's a black guy from
Okay.
Chicago.
Okay. And then how did you end up in Kansas?
So that's where I live in Branson, Missouri.
Got it.
So that's where the field office is. I don't even know.
Yeah. And that's where your husband lives? You live together in Branson.
Yes, sir.
And so you've been married for a good long while now, right?
Yes, it's over 2 years.
Did they separate you at the interview?
No, sir. It was me, my husband, and my son. And one thing she told me that if she asked me a question I'm uncomfortable answering with my son there, which my son is 18, then I could tell her, and she would ask him to go outside. But I at no point in time did he have to go outside.
But your husband was in the interview with you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So besides saying mean things about your age, what other mean things or things that they said that bothered you?
One of the mean things she said was like, she said, why did I just meet him and we got married? And she's with her boyfriend. Well, yeah, she said, I'm with my boyfriend for 4 years, and we're not, like, he didn't propose to me, like he didn't ask me to marry him. That's two. And
Maybe because she's a crabby old immigration officer. And
the
that's
other
what you should have said. That's what you should have said.
And the other thing she said was, why is my husband have never been married before? And also to me, she was like, why have I never been married before? So
sounds like she doesn't trust the marriage.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's your question for me? I mean, this sounds to me like my team should have talked to you about a lawsuit. Did they talk to you about a lawsuit?
No, because I didn't explain all that to her at the time. She just told me that I could try to talk to you on here, and then we could take it further.
Okay, so what's your questions for me?
My question is basically, what do you think? What should I do? Like,
well, if I asked you this question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much marriage evidence did you submit? 1 to 10.
Maybe 8.
And did you file with an attorney or without an attorney?
Without.
Okay. And okay, well, I mean, Kenise, that when you get married when you're out of status, that's a fraud indicator, right? So they think that people who are out of status, I mean, to me, it's good that you see, I would have made sure that we told this story at the interview. Like, this is all important things. Like, you met this person before your visa was up. You probably got married a little quickly, but then you also weren't in a big rush to file, which I understand why you didn't file, but that sort of throws them for a loop. So it's also sort of, they can't have it both ways. They can't say you got married too fast, but you filed for your green card too slowly. It's sort of a tricky thing. So I think if you sued them, they'd probably call you in for another interview. There's something about your case they don't like, and I don't think they're going to deal with it unless you sue them.
Oh my God. Okay. So can I come into your office for a consultation? What should I do?
Yeah, we can do a consult. We can. I'll have the team follow up with you. Yeah. Huli says she's got your contact in the thing. We'll set it up. You can probably talk to a lawyer today or certainly on Monday. But we'll get that taken care of, and they can tell you all about the lawsuit.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks, Kenise.
Will she text me or which?
She's going to call you. They're going to call you today.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Okay. Have a good day.
You
Okay.
too.
Bye. All right. That was an interesting call. Always like to get an interesting call at the start. Go ahead, guys, and let us know what you're going to do this weekend. Hopefully people are doing something fun. Alex is here. What do you say, Alex?
Muted there. Sorry. How's it going, Jim?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Been watching your show for a while. It's very informative.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. So I have a bit of a complex case. I went to the U.S. as a child. My parents overstayed a visitor's visa. Um, I left the country at the age of 19. Unfortunately, 180 days over, so I had a 10-year bar.
Hmm.
It's already been way over 10 years. I left in 2011. Um, in 2017, my father applied for me because my father is now a citizen. He applied for me through F2B, and then now F1. And that's still pending because they're super backlogged. Visa bulletin isn't moving anywhere. Um, Fast forward to 2020, I met my fiance,
Hmm.
and last year August we applied for a K1.
Okay.
Um, so right now they're processing August. We should be hearing back any time soon. Who knows when? My concern is if we're gonna have a hard time because I was there illegally. And the second thing is I have a misdemeanor in the state of New Jersey, which is receiving stolen property for under $100.
Under
Um,
$100.
mhm.
Hmm.
And so we're kind of like on the fence about a lot of stuff. We're kind of scared, like obviously I was a teenager. I didn't really think it through stuff, but um, I'm an upstanding citizen now. I don't, I have a job. Well, she has two kids. Both the kids love me. Little one is already calling me dad and everything. So we're kind of like just wondering what the chances are for everything to get approved, or if we're gonna face some scrutiny.
Where are you in the world?
I'm in Uruguay, South America.
Uruguay. Okay, so that's good. It's not Mexico. Okay,
Hmm.
so and the reason I say that is just because Juarez is so backlogged and everything. Now, Alex, I don't know if you know, but I'm sort of down on fiance cases right now. Right, so I'm down on fiance cases because the State Department has been playing games with fiance cases. So I'm sure USCIS will say that you're both free to marry and that they believe the relationship. I'm not worried about that, but um, because of all the backlogs at all the embassies, they have been, in some cases, taking certain F1 or fiance cases and just saying these expired and these expired from USCIS. We're not going to renew them, and you got to start all over.
Mm.
So if you had come to me at the beginning, I would have encouraged your fiance to go to Uruguay and marry you. Okay, because um, we have a couple issues. The the 10-year bar, the receipt of stolen property, they might push back on giving you a fiance visa. I don't know. I think that's harder to do if it's an I-130 and if you're actually married. Now you can always get married later and start over. Not that you want to do that. I wouldn't say. I mean, you're so far down the track now. I would let it all play out.
Hmm.
But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, boy, it'd be nice if they got married and started over. But I'm not going to tell you to do that.
We thought about it. Yeah, it biggest issues was that my fiance, she works all day, so she's a pharmacist and she gets
Hmm.
very little vacation time. So she's a health worker basically, and she come every time she's come down here. It's only for about a week or so, and uh to get to apply to get married here in Uruguay, both parties have to be present, and then they give it to you for like either 8 to 12 months sometimes. So we were like, okay, that's gonna take way too long because she wants me there because she wants me to help with the kids, and we just want to start our lives together. So we decided to
Hmm.
go down the K1 route.
So that's
But
that's the deal. So what's the filing date on the I-129F? When did you file it?
August 5th, that's the receive date.
So like a year ago.
Yeah, they're processing cases now. They're up to August 24th. They're all over the place. They're not going in order. But we haven't heard back yet. We're kind of been left behind in my range. Within a 500 case range, we're like 1 out of 14 cases that haven't been approved. So that's why we're kind of freaking out.
So, I mean, one thing to keep in mind is that you might sue them to get things moving. I'm not saying now, but if you get to 14 months, I mean, you could sue them today. You've waited a year. I think that's plenty long. And usually on these, when we sue USCIS for a case that also has to go to the State Department, the lawsuits work pretty well because they're like, we don't even have to adjust this guy. We're just going to approve the I-1 or the K1 and send it on its way. So that's sort of one thing to think about because you're past the 1 year mark.
Another question is, I've tried applying for visitor visas about 3 times in the past.
That's not happening.
4 years. Yeah, I was denied multiple times. Actually, I managed to resolve my whole criminal case in 2021 because they were having virtual court. I was trying to get back in to go to court and figure it all out. They dropped everything that I had, but they left me with one misdemeanor because the judge was like, "Yeah, you were there. You should have known better." But yeah. So like it's been tough. I 4 times I think I applied in the last 4 years, and all of them denied. And I was just wondering, like, is that going to affect me in any way? Since it shouldn't, right? Because this is immigrant intent, right?
Most visit visas get denied, but I wouldn't have tried to get a visit visa if I had a big complicated criminal history. And let me ask you this question. So the misdemeanor for receipt of stolen property under $100, that sounds to me like it started out as something bigger, and your criminal defense lawyer sort of did a good job and got it down to that. So
Yes.
that hurts too, because they're probably going to ask for the whole. They're going to want to read the whole case, not just what ultimately happened, and sometimes that can suck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was. I picked up a job. I wanted to make some cash, and like it was a bad idea. So yeah.
Was that while you were in your? Well, I guess you were are always unauthorized, but it was after you turned 18.
It was when I was 18. It was a few months after turning 18.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to get to the United States, Alex.
Mm-hmm. I figured. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get some luck. If anything,
All right, yeah, keep us posted. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye, Alex. Thanks for the call. He sure seemed like a nice guy, didn't he? Yeah. So people make mistakes, man. People make mistakes. So it's weird talking to you guys with my AirPods on. I usually don't, but I imagine my kids are going to come running in the house here pretty soon. They're all at the eye doctor. So how's everybody doing? It's Friday. I hope you're going to do something fun. I hope you did something fun this week. I hope Juli has good plans for the weekend. What am I going to do? We're going to go see a play tonight, and this is our last weekend with our boys, our boy number 2 and boy number 3. They're going back to college, and our third son, Ibrahim, he's starting college. So in a couple weeks, it'll just be Amani, Noor, and I. So this house will seem a lot quieter and a lot more empty. So we're just getting ready for that. All right. Let's see what Rusi says. What do you say, Rusi?
Hey, Jim. Can I be off the camera?
Okay.
Happy Friday.
Thanks.
Just a quick question. For
Sure.
the straightforward case, I came here in 2015 as a F1 student, and then met my fiance in 2020, and I was off the status just for a month, but we waited to apply for I-130 and I-485 just to move in together, and then we moved in together, and our attorney suggested that, and then we applied. And it's been August 2021 is the receipt date, and haven't heard anything since then about the case. They did the biometrics, but that's all.
What field office?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
What if you had to guess why they're sitting on the case? What would be your guess?
I have no clue. It's pretty straightforward case. Like there's nothing I have.
Where are you from?
India.
And why were you out of status on your F1?
My F1 ended. I tried for H1B for 3 times, but it never worked. So my F1 ended. But
so you were on STEM OPT?
No. Yeah, I was on STEM OPT. Sorry.
So you were on STEM OPT. Your employer was filing H1Bs for you, and you never got picked, and then you got married.
Yeah. But we were together for almost a year. Before that, like we met online. And I moved to Raleigh, and right after I moved to Raleigh, we met in like a month, and then we were together for a year, and then we moved in together and then applied.
How much marriage evidence did you submit?
Everything that we could find.
Well, that's a relative term. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you submit?
Probably 9.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your question for me? What should you do? You should probably sue them. 2 years is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Should we do a Mandamus lawsuit, and like how would that be with my current attorney? Like, do they need to be involved, or is it separate from them?
Yeah. So
If we go ahead with the hacking law.
yeah, if we sue them, then the best thing is you just keep your lawyer for the underlying case. You paid them already to go to your interview or to prepare you for the interview. We just do the lawsuit. So most people tell their attorney, some people don't. I sort of laugh. I sort of laugh when people don't tell their attorney, because then the attorney will file the lawsuit and then things will get moving. And then the lawyer calls and says, "Hey, guess what, Rusi? We finally got your interview." And we're like, "Ha ha ha!" That's because we sued them. Now, I think, Rusi, there's something going on, because you're not the first person to call us or the show about this. I think there's a thing now that's on their radar at USCIS about not getting picked in the H-1B and marrying a U.S. citizen. I think that's something they're paying attention to.
Okay. The only online trend I saw with the cases that 2021 they backlogged, and like they're waiting for 2 years and then just handing over, like either doing interview or doing like a non-conditional green card. So they're waiting for the 2 year mark. So I was just hoping for that to happen, like past my receipt date, like 8/27/2023, and see if they give us a call or anything.
Well, that's cool. Well, that's a whole other reason to wait to sue them. If you're going to hit the 2 year mark in 16 days, then in my mind, if I were you, I would say, okay, I'm going to give them until September 1st, because that way, if you sue them, you get the 10-year green card and not because if we could sue them, if we sued them today, they could rush and try to give you the 2-year green card.
Okay, so you're saying let's just wait for that date and I'll reach out to somebody?
Yeah, September 1st. And have you called the office before?
I did, and I let them know that I'll wait till this date. But...
Yeah, just wait. She's got you. So I'll ask Cooley to put a note in the file for them to reach out to you on September 1st.
Sure, perfect.
Cool, buddy.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Have a great day. See you, man.
Yeah.
All right. We're just solving shit left and right. That's us, solving shit left and right. That's just what we do here at the Immigration Answers Show. Come on, people. Let me know what you're doing. We're at the 27-minute mark. We're going to say hi to Christine. Hello, Christine. How you doing?
Good evening, Jim. Thanks for picking it. So I'm asking, let me just give you a quick summary of my case. I filed a adjustment of status through my husband. My husband filed for my son. My son is here. We're from Jamaica. So I did an inquiry because I did the RF. They asked me for an RFE in March, 17th April for the medical.
That's it?
Yes. I sent it in on April the 10th.
Did they ask for medical for you and the kid?
No, for me, my son is already here. I was here, but my son was in Jamaica.
Got it.
So my son case is over with.
Okay.
So for me now, they asked for the RFE for the medical. I sent it in on the 10th of April, only to do an inquiry in last month, 18th of last month, and to get a response last week saying that they didn't receive the RFE and they're going to issue another one. But when I went online, it says that they received the RFE on the 4th of August, which is last week, Friday. Now can I read just a small portion of what I got today?
Well, let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. So when did you call and they said we would issue you a new RFE? When did that phone call happen?
And that's the problem. That was Monday. But when I looked on the online Monday after calling them back to say, I don't understand this. How do you guys want to say you did not receive the RFE when I have proof that it was delivered? Then the center is going to say to me that they're going to send out for another one. So bypass that now, Jim. I went online. Even before I called, I checked again, and it's saying that they received it on the response on the 4th of August. Now, today I got an email stating that due to workload factors not related to your application, USCIS anticipate a delay in completing your case. USCIS is committed to adjusting immigration.
Christine, you still there? Oh, I can't hear her. Can you guys hear her? No. I think she hit her microphone or something, but she's not on mute. All right, Christine, we'll come back. I have some thoughts about that. Let's say hi to Zafar. What do you say, Zafar?
Hi Jim, how are you?
I'm great, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So first and foremost, thank you for everything, and thank you for this opportunity.
Sure.
My question is regarding the I-130 petition for the spouse of a U.S. citizen. While the I-130 was pending, the foreign spouse came on a B-1, B-2 visa, and 1 week after entry, came to know that I-130 got approved. Went on with the NVC processing, submitted the fees, and got documentarily qualified in mid of May. So waiting for the interview. But now came to know that the foreign spouse, the wife, is pregnant, is expecting. So since came to know of that, the couple thought to be together during this pregnancy. And as the U.S. citizen have a good job here and good health insurance, so was thinking that at this point, is it possible and is it advisable to go for the adjustment of status when the case is documentally qualified, or if they schedule the interview, like even after that, can the adjustment of status application be filed?
What's the date of the interview? Or what's the date of the I-130? I'm sorry. What is the date of entry for the foreign national?
It was in the beginning of April, first week of April.
And then, so right after they got here, first week of April, the I-130 got approved?
Like the week after that, I-130 got approved. And back then, of course, the plan and the intention was to go with the consular processing, and was fine with that. But now, because of the pregnancy, was thinking to be together.
I would file a 485, a 765, and a 131. I would file for adjustment based on the approved I-130, and I'd forget all about the NVC.
Okay, but is it like, even if they schedule an interview after that, still we can do? Because it take us time to file this, and in the meantime,
you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. Are we going to go the green card route, or are we going to go the immigrant visa route? And you got to let go of the result. And what embassy are you talking about?
Ankara, Turkey.
So, dude, I'm talking to people who've been documented qualified for a year and a half, to between when the NVC says they're ready to go and when Ankara takes it. So I would just stop thinking. I wouldn't have paid those fees, but it's good that you did, because it shows that you didn't have immigrant intent. But now that she's pregnant, I would just go ahead and file for adjustment and just shut down the NVC fee case. I just stopped thinking about it. I would stop planning on that, and I would just do it all here in the United States. The important thing is that she gets to stay here, get health insurance, have the kid in the United States, and your life gets a whole lot easier. Just forget the immigrant visa stuff.
So in that case, my battery is dying. So quick question.
Okay.
So it's not a lawsuit. So like if we go with your firm, because we don't want to complicate it more, shall I ask and about the pricing and so like, is it the case specific?
Yeah. So
okay.
You'd file a 485, and all the stuff that goes. We'd file a 485. Our legal fee to be the lawyer from now until she gets her green card, and this would include sort of shutting down the embassy part, would be $5,700. So it's $5,700. If you pay up front, you get $500 off, so it's $5,200. Or you can pay $2,700 up front and then $300 a month for 10 months.
Okay, that's great. And one last thing about the medical, being pregnant, if X-ray is needed or not, I don't know how it works out in the medical.
They do a modified medical, so that they just check the bare minimums, but it's a lot less than usual.
Yeah, because for the consular processing, they say that medical cannot be completed unless an X-ray. But the wife's doctor said that she cannot have an X-ray because of her age and because of the pregnancy.
It's a lot easier here. They deal with that a lot easier here than overseas.
No, for sure. Yeah, we are, I think, more convinced to do it here. So thank you for your time. So yeah, I'll talk to my wife and we'll get back. Thank you.
Good luck, Zafar.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations. See you, buddy. Let's go back to Christine, see if she's got her audio. Christine, we lost you there for a minute.
Oh, sorry about that. I was trying to read the email that I got today to you.
Okay. I don't need you to read it. It's okay. I got the situation. So the long and the short of it is, it sounds like, do you have proof other than the portal saying they received it? Do you have proof that it was delivered?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and have you called the 1-800 number and talked to a tier 2 officer?
Yes, and that's what I was saying to you, that I got a email today telling me that due to the overload workload factor not related
Right.
to your application, they are
Right.
doing
This
an adjudication, and they're saying that I'm to wait for 90 days. If I don't hear back, got a response by 90 days, I'm to contact them. So do I do a lawsuit now, because it's actually 121 days since I sent it in, or the lawsuit starts when they receive it?
No, the lawsuit starts when the case all started. When did you file the 485?
It was filed in 2020, but my husband was not a citizen, so he got his citizenship last year, and we did the I-485
Oh, that's
May
okay.
of last year.
So you waited to file the 45 till he became a citizen.
Right.
Got it. So has the I-130 been approved?
Yeah, that's been approved like almost 3 years.
So the 45 has been on file for like
1 year and 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah, you could sue them. What field office would have your case?
Fairfax. So that's what it's named.
So it's been 120 days since you
Exactly
submitted.
121 days today.
Yeah, I mean, things are really confused right now and really messy, because it's like, we don't have your medical. Oh, we do have your medical. Oh, wait, maybe we don't have your medical. So yeah, I think a lawsuit would help, because it would clean this all up. Plus, I think they sort of screw people from Jamaica around. I know we have a lot of Jamaican friends and fans of the show. I think they push a lot on Jamaican cases and treat them unfairly. So it's up to you whenever you're ready, but you've waited long enough. Yeah.
Because I'm like, do I have to wait another 90 days again for you guys to? Because obviously you're saying that you receive it for the fact that you're telling me that you're going to respond within another 90 days. Obviously you receive the RFE.
I'm your humble servant. I'm ready whenever you are. You just let us know.
And what's the cost for the Mandamus? I mean, I listen to you all the time, even when you're not live, I'd rewatch and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I totally forgot about the cost.
That's okay. So the filing fee is $402. That's the government fee. Our legal fee is $4,700. But if you pay up front, you save $500, so it'd be $4,200. If you want the payment plan, then it would be $2,700 plus $402, and then $500 a month for 4 months.
Okay. All right, Jim. Thank you, and continue to do the good work.
You got it, Christine. Have a good day.
You too, Dan.
All right. All right. You're listening to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. Although I don't look like it, I am an immigration lawyer, and this is episode number 413 of the show. We have offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. We have lots of free resources out on the web for you guys. We have hundreds of YouTube videos. We have our Immigrant Home Facebook group. We have this show. We have our fun videos on TikTok. I signed up a case yesterday from Italy, a U.S. soldier who saw us on TikTok. So all the credit to Noor and all my goofy antics. I try to have a little more fun on TikTok. And I'll be here for another 20 minutes answering all of your immigration law related questions. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't already, leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know something fun you're going to do this weekend. And we're going to talk to Simo. Hi, Simo. You're on mute, Simo.
Oh,
there you
can
go.
you take me off camera, please, Jim?
You got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So I would like thank you first of all for giving us this opportunity. So I have an inquiry regarding my I-539 application, which was approved about 4 months ago. But when I received it, when USIS sent me the approval notice by mail, I found out that there was a typographical error on the notice, on the approval notice. So on the same, as soon as I saw that,
Well, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Was it in the decision letter, or was it in the little card that they attached to it?
No, it's a notice that they sent me. It says it was not a card. It was a notice in an envelope.
What was the typo? I'm trying to figure out what the typo was.
The typo was in terms of like
Was it your name? Was it your address?
no. In the validity date. In the validity date.
Okay, so hold on.
was
So
like-
hold on, Simo. Chill, dude, chill.
Sure.
So what kind of visa did you have? Were you trying to change your status? Were you trying to extend your status? I'm just trying to get some detail.
I following my graduation, I just booked my flight to return home. I had a F1 visa. Basically why I couldn't go back home, it was because of the authorities, my country's authorities, like imposed a flight ban for all international flights from and to the country over the then new variant dubbed Omicron in neighboring Europe. So I got stuck. All my country's borders were closed. And
wait, hold on. When did this happen?
That was the ban started on November 29, 2021, and it lasted until February the 7th, 2022. So
When did you graduate? When did you finish school?
I finished school in spring of 2021, and I applied for OPT, and like because they gave 3 months. If you don't find a job within 3 months, you have to leave. I kept searching for 2 months. I didn't find anything, so I booked my flight to return home, and that's why I stopped. I end up.
So when you filed your I-539, what did you ask them to do? To extend your F1, or did you ask them to change you to a visit visa, or what?
Well, I reached. It was their recommendation. I reached out to them.
Whose recommendation?
Like USCIS. I called them.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me that you called the 1-800 number and asked them for advice on a situation like this? Do you know how complicated this is, what you're trying to do? Because you can't call those people. They don't know anything. So somebody at USCIS says, "Oh yeah, here's how you solve it. You file an I-539." That's what they said.
Yeah, they said like that. That's the option you have.
And that's not the option you have. What did you ask them to do?
I was like, I was trying to leave the U.S. on time before my.
Once we knew that was when you filed the I-539, you asked them to either extend your status or change your status. That's all a 539 is for. So what did you ask them to do?
Well, to change it to B2 visa.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, to B2 visa, and I got it. I received it, and it was approved. And it was just approved with a. When I saw the typo, I called them. The term typo, it was them who called, like the officer, the representative, the USCIS representative that I talked to over the phone said, "Oh, that's it seems like a typo." I never thought
it's not a typo. It's not a typo. That's the thing. Was it about the date that your change of status started? Is that where the typo was? Yeah, dude, that's not a typo. That's not a typo.
What is
that?
It?
Is not it's the start of your status. It's a declaration as to this is when your change was approved and when you were legally in status. So but
it was like just one day, and by the time I received it, it was already expired.
So what did you do then?
Okay, good. They submitted on my behalf service requests, and I have submitted multiple ones. So it has been now 4 months. I have been waiting for 4 months now.
Service requests about the 1 day difference?
To send me an updated notice with since they called it a typo, like to correct it.
Okay, so here's what you're telling me. You're telling me that you received the I-539 approval notice. The start date was off 1 day, and you received your change of status approval after the the end of that B1, B2 grant that you received?
I'm not sure I got what you said.
Okay,
But
that's okay. Let me try it again. Okay.
Mhm, mhm,
So you get this I-539 approval notice,
mhm.
and it has a start date and an end date, right?
Like it was, yes, and like for example, like it was approved today. Tomorrow it expired. It's gonna expire tomorrow. It sounds like this.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you're saying they gave you an approval notice of 1 day?
Yes, exactly. And by the time I received it, it was a week later. It was already expired.
Mm-hmm. So
That's why they called.
what you got in the mail was a 24-hour change of status
Exactly.
that was already expired by the time you got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the day that you received that I-539 approval notice?
The date?
Yeah.
That was but when I received by mail, that was early April, the first week of last April.
April what year?
This year.
April 23.
Yeah, 23. Yes. And it took a 15-month period to get processed.
Okay. So this plan was never going to work, but more importantly, you didn't leave when your airports reopened.
No, I when I reached out to them, they were like, you can stay until you have both options. You can leave until you hear from us, or leave, either one. So I never thought it would take this. I was like, today I'm gonna hear today. I'm gonna hear today.
But why are you still here?
Because I don't want I want an updated notice in order not to be unable to return in the future. Like
you already effed that up, brother, 10 different ways. That you're never coming back. They're never going to give you a visit visa to come in. This whole thing was never going to work. If you had called me and said, Jim, I'm stuck outside the country, I would say, go somewhere else. I would say, go back to school. I would say, get a new F1, go to community college, get a new school to give you an I-20. This was never going to work. You relied on the advice of people on the 1-800 number. They get paid like $12 an hour. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. You took legal advice about your immigration status from people that work for $12 an hour. Not that there's anything wrong with working at a job for $12 an hour. And they're probably good intention, but they don't know the law. The law is complicated. What you're asking me as an immigration lawyer, I'd have to go look up. This is some complicated shit. This isn't just fill out the form and then hang out for years after I file it. That's not how this works. And if you wanted a corrected I-539, why couldn't you be home and ask for that? Why did you? That doesn't give you any right to stay here. If you're concerned, and I'm sure that you are, about the ability to come back, you've completely messed up your immigration history for no reason. Yes. This was a terrible, terrible plan.
Wow. But why did they approve my application then?
They do this all the time. It's just an approval of your change of status. But I would have told you, if you had called me, dude, you'll never know the approval date. You'll never know when it expires. You'll never know if you have valid status. And most importantly, you're not going to be able to defend yourself later on down the line at the embassy. Because what we always have to think about when we're in the United States and our immigration history is getting messy, we always have to say to ourselves, and I think you were, how's this going to look later when I apply for a new visit or a new student visa? Right?
Okay. So having said that, like my mother is a green card holder. If she can like if she wants to file on my behalf, like a petition, that's not possible at all at this point, right?
Your mom is free to file an I-130 petition for you. That gives you no right to stay in the United States.
No. Like in the future, not now. Like down the road, if she wants to,
yeah, she can. But here's the thing. So let's talk about the approval notice, the 1-day approval notice that you got. What was the date that the B2 visa status that you received, when did that expire?
It says like March, so from March 29 to March 30
Of
this year.
2023. So
Correct.
March.
Yeah.
So that means that as things stand right now in their system, you're about 4 months into your overstay.
Yeah.
Right? So do you know what happens if you get to 6 months in your overstay?
Yeah, 3 years.
Right. And a year later. So you could keep hanging out waiting for the sky to open up and the Martians to deliver you an extension, but none of that's going to happen. You need to get out of here.
Wow. So they're not gonna send me anything?
Dude, it's of no legal operation. It's of no legal no. You should have left as soon as your borders reopened, because that's what you said you were going to do when you applied for the extension.
Wow.
This is a horrible plan.
Confusing. Yeah, but
What?
they said
There's nothing confusing.
They said you have to. You said you have. They told me that I have two options: either to wait until I hear from them or leave. And
yeah.
Yep.
But for everybody watching, if you're in the United States, a change of statuses aren't like they used to be. In the old days, they would grant a change of status in 30 days. Those days are long gone. Now it takes a year or two for them to rule on it, and then they give you back bullshit 1-day extensions like my man just received. And I know I'm being hard on you, but I'm also being hard on them. It's a ridiculous system, but you could never you put all your eggs in one basket. And now they're not going to pay the price. Those kind people who tried to help you, they're not going to pay the price.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
All right, Simo, I got to go, man.
Okay, thank you so much. So you just recommend that I leave, like?
Yep.
And then
here's what I'll say. That thing you got going on is not worth anything, and it's not going to protect you.
Wow.
You're going to have a really hard time explaining this in the future to the officer.
If I want to apply for immigration?
If your mom applies for you, I mean, that's so many years from now. If you get out of here before the 6 months, you're going to be fine. But what I'm saying is you're not going to get any visit visas, any non-immigrant visas. Your mom can sponsor you. Right now, you don't have a bar. A little bit complicated history that might give them some pause, but a lot of things have to happen before then. Mostly your mom's got to file the I-130, and then you got to wait years because they're backlogged.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you.
Good luck, my friend. Yeah,
Thank you.
You got it. Oh, see, yeah. Don't ever rely on USCIS for legal advice. I think we just got the title of next week's video. That's a sad situation. And the world of I-539s, like I should do a whole class on I-539s or a whole show about how they used to be and how they are now, because they are not the same now as they used to be. You can't just sit here. And I told people this during COVID. I said, there's going to come a day when COVID's over. And when COVID's over, they're going to hold it against you for having stayed here. They're not going to say, oh, we understand it was COVID or your borders are closed. None of that stuff is going to help you if your history is messy. If your history's clean, you're clean. But like when people were not able to get back on their green cards, or when people were not able to leave on time, I said, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be documenting every effort you made to leave the United States on time. So you need to show, I called the airport every single day to see if I could fly out, or I called every day to try to come back to the United States. I bought ticket, that flight got canceled. I bought another ticket, that flight got canceled. These are all the things that I do, so that when you show up later for that embassy interview and they're like, dude, you just sat on your hands and you didn't make any real effort. You didn't try to come back to the United States. You didn't try to get out of the United States. That's what you're dealing with. That's what you're dealing with. So you always got to think defensively. You always got to think defensively. Sammy's here. Hello, Sammy. Sammy, you're on mute. I don't think Sammy knows I'm calling Sammy. Here we go.
Hello, Jim. Can you please take me off the camera?
Done.
Go
for it.
Actually, I have a question regarding one thing. I'm an F1 student and I have recently got arrested in the month of May in Mississippi State. I'm a student in Memphis, University of Memphis. So, uh, actually, the the thing which I got arrested is a felon, which did not included any drugs or something, but uh, it uh, as it is my first offense, I got a criminal defense attorney, and we got it expunged. Right now, it is we got the approval of judge for the expungement, and right now it will be expunged within 2 weeks or so. So I haven't got any mail or anything from my college or from my university or from the USCIS that anything about my visa status. Actually,
So, what was it? A
hello.
shoplifting charge, Sammy? Is that what you said, Sammy?
Yes.
It's a shoplifting. Okay. So,
Yes.
what's the question?
Actually, I want to know about my visa status. I haven't got any mail regarding anything from USCIS or my
It won't be.
university.
It won't be
But
USCIS. You'll probably get an email at the email address you used to get your F1. You'll probably get an email from the State Department saying that your visa has been revoked.
actually, I haven't got any email. We two people are there over there, and the other one got a call from the local embassy, I mean consulate where her visa got approved. Like, she got a call that her visa is cancelled, but not revoked. It's just cancelled. So I haven't got any call, but when I look in my CGI portal, it is there that it's updated.
So, what's
My
it,
visa
what's the
status
what's
is
the overall
updated
question?
the day after my arrest.
Yeah, I'm telling
Like
you,
I really,
they're they're on top of it for F1 students who get DUIs or shoplifting. They terminate
I'm
that
sorry.
visa. They terminate that visa record right away. They revoke the visa right away. But what's your overall question? As far as I don't know all the machinations of when you get the email or when you find out or a letter from them. I don't know any of that stuff. But what's the question for me about as far as the shoplifting charge?
I mean, it got expunged already. I want to know that how my visa is cancelled really or not, since I haven't got any mails. Where can I check my visa
Well, I
status?
mean, I don't know, but you don't have to leave just because your visa got canceled, right?
Yeah, but I have to visit my parents like in the middle. If I leave the country, I will not be able to get back, right? So
That's right.
I have to
Yep,
know that.
that's right.
Yeah. So for that reason, I want to know my visa status. Actually, I haven't got any mail or confirmation that it is cancelled or not, but it says updated on my portal. That's where I'm confused.
I'm 90%
The
sure
day
that
after my arrest.
I'm 90% sure that it's canceled and that if you leave the United States, you're not going to be able to come back.
Yeah. In this situation, what can I do if I want to leave my country? I mean, I want to visit my parents. I want to
You
come
need
back.
you need to tell your parents I got caught shoplifting and I can't leave the United States because if I leave the United States, I'm not going to be able to finish my studies.
Yeah.
And they'll be mad,
Hello?
but they'll be more mad if you don't get to graduate.
Yes, my parents know about this and they want me to stay in the United States till my
Yeah,
visa
that's
status is changed or if I file out for a H-1B after I get my job.
yeah, I think you're stuck here until you get your green card.
I mean, the H-1B, I mean, will I be able to get out of the country if I change my state? I mean, if I get
Maybe.
a H-1B?
What country are you from?
Okay. I'm from India.
Yeah, dude, they're really tough on people. I don't know. That's a great question. If the embassy cancels my F1 because of a shoplifting charge and then I change to an H-1B, do I think I'm going to be able to come back on the H-1B? All I can say is probably not. There's no guarantee. All I can say is there's no guarantee you'd be able to get that H-1B stamp.
And then the case is really expunged, so
Doesn't
I mean,
matter. No
they'll,
expungement doesn't mean anything. I mean, as you know, they acted on your visa before you even had a trial, before you even pled guilty. Like they don't mess around.
Yes.
F1 students are barely here, and they don't have to wait for a conviction to mess with your visa.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Good luck, Sammy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, everybody. I just want to say, I want to give a shout out to Funky Zeit. Funky Zeit. I was not saying anything bad about people making $12 an hour. I was just saying there's a different, I should be careful how I say that. You were right. I shouldn't judge either. What I was trying to make the point is these are very low level people at USCIS who really just want to get off the phone as fast as possible. They don't have law degrees. They don't know immigration. And they are probably well-intentioned, but they just don't know the rules. So I'll rephrase how I say that from now on, just to say these are low-level people. I won't make statements about people's wages or hours. Anyway, interesting show today. Alejandra is right. It was an interesting show. I hope you all have a great weekend. I may do a show this weekend. I may not. If you want to find out, make sure you're on our text list, 314-470-3300. If I do a show, I think we had a new video drop today and we'll have one drop on Sunday. You should make a video on not taking advice from USCIS calls. I'll do it. I have other ones about, in the old days, they used to have this great thing called InfoPass where you could go downtown and talk to an immigration officer. And sometimes I would plant myself right outside that window so that I could listen. There was all kinds of bad advice. Yeah, I think Funky Zeit's right too. We shouldn't judge Sammy either. Let's just not judge each other. Let's all be kind to each other. Let's all love each other, lift each other up like my person Funky Zeit. Funky Zeit knows what's up. Funky Zeit knows what's up. So let's all listen to Funky Zeit, lift each other up, wish Sonny the best. That's a tough situation. But man, those embassies are fast to pull the trigger on that visa. I'll tell you. I have videos on this exact scenario. I've seen this movie before. And that expungement just doesn't help. So, all right, everybody. I'll see you Monday at 4, Huli. Yeah, Monday at 4, usual time. If I don't do a show over the weekend. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next time.